साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माता जी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Welcome everybody to day 12 of the course. If this is your first time, my name's Tyrone. If you were with us yesterday, you'd be aware we were talking about the quality of self-mastery, or the guru principle. And today we've got the wonderful topic of love and compassion. And the names of the topics that we've been following this week have to do with the qualities of the different chakras we've been talking about each day. So self-mastery had to do with the void, which covers the whole stomach area, and love and compassion has to do with our heart chakra. I have my co-host should be joining me soon now, Ariane.
Yes.
There we go.
Hello.
How are you,
Hello,
Ariane?
Tyrone. Yes, I'm very well, thank you. And you, Tyrone?
I'm well.
Yes.
And what a great topic we've got today.
Oh, absolutely wonderful. Yes,
Yeah.
and we have Joe who's going to present the topic on love and compassion. Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess when we're talking about love in the... hey, Joe, how you going?
Hi.
Hello,
I'm
Joe.
very well, thanks. Very well.
Right. I was just going to say, for me, when we talk about love, I guess in meditation, when we talk about love, we're talking more about pure love, which is a love we feel with no desire, no want attached to it, just love for love's sake, which is something that is not also just in us, but something that flows between us all and through the whole universe. And that's, I guess, for me, when we're talking about love and compassion and the heart chakra, that's a big part of it. Yeah.
Absolutely. And we also have some guests from Vietnam, apparently, Joe, who are going to talk about what they feel, and they're going to talk about what it is for them, the spirit, the love and compassion. And also some wonderful live music recorded by Richard, a lovely rag duga, and also a new song, Joe, about you and Richard and some other Sahaja Yoga practitioners from Perth who are going to do this really lovely new song. So really looking forward to hearing it. Yes.
Yeah, and what a topic, huh? Love and
Yeah.
compassion. So that's what the world needs more of.
Yes.
You like the song?
Yes.
Before we launch into it, anyone who's new for the first time and would like to, instead of going straight into the subject, you've got the option of just going into a breakout room with myself, and I'll just cover some of the basics of Sahaja Yoga, and we'll have a little guided meditation together as an introduction. So if anyone would like, as a beginner, to have a bit of an introduction, if you can just go to the reactions at the bottom and press the raise hand button. I'll just give people a moment. I'll just have a look through. I'm not seeing any raised hands. Sorry, tech support in techie land. Are there any raised hands that I can't see? No, there's no raised hands. Okay, well, we'll pass it across to you, Joe.
Yes, over to you, Joe.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tyrone. Thanks, Ariane. So if you ask people where love and compassion comes from, everybody will say it comes from the heart. Nobody thinks it comes from anywhere else. So we're going to start this evening just doing a very simple breathing exercise so that we can center our attention at our heart. But before we do that, there may be some new people here. We're just going to do a very simple exercise, which is called raising our kundalini and putting on a bandhan. For those who've been here before, you'll know what to do. Take your left hand and place it level with the base of your spine at the front of your body. And raise it up very slowly in front of basically your spinal cord. And as you're raising it, let your right hand rotate around the left hand. And let your attention follow the left hand. When you get to the top of the head, tie it in a knot. Because we've got 3 energy channels, we'll do that 3 times. So the second time, with good attention, raise your kundalini and tie 2 knots. And the third time, raise your hand and tie 3 knots. If you're not sure what to do, don't worry. It's not about getting the actions right. It's more about intent. Then let your left hand sit on your lap and take the right hand from the left hand all the way over the body and back again, and put on the protection to our spiritual being, because we've got 7 chakras. Do that over and back 7 times. And when you're doing this, it's always good to have your desire just saying, let me be protected. Let me find that meditative spot. And when you're finished, just close your eyes, take both hands and put them onto your center hand, center heart. So here we're just going to take a couple of deep breaths. So breathe in deeply. If you can, breathe in through your nose. And take that breath all the way in your body, past your heart, deep into the core of your body, and hold your breath for a minute. Should not be any exertion, but just gently. And then let the breath out. Nice and slowly. And then once again, deep breath all the way in. All the way down to the core of your body. And hold for a minute. And then let that breath out slowly. One more time, and this time, just let all your cares go. Breathe in deeply. Whatever's happened today, I'm in a new spot right now. The concerns of the day can just fall off. Hold it there a little bit. And then breathe out slowly. So now take your right hand, put your left hand on your lap, put your right hand over the top of your physical heart on your left side. Let your awareness just be at the level of your heart. I let all my cares go. Fundamentally, I am the spirit. I am the spirit. I'm more than this body. I'm more than this mind. I'm more than my thoughts. More than my ego. I'm more than my conditions. I am the spirit. We'll talk some more about the qualities of the heart chakra later. So if you just open your eyes gently, over the course of the previous days, every day we've seen a video of the founder of Sahaja Yoga, a lady called Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi. Sri Mataji travelled the world for many, many years. And her desire and her intent was to bring to people a new awareness and the potential for a new awakening in their lives. And she travelled to many, many countries and many, many cities and gave over 3,000 public lectures, always talking about the heart, the compassion, the spirit, and encouraging people to go to a greater depth, to find a greater depth in themselves. And she developed this process of Kundalini awakening, that mothering energy that resides in our sacrum bone, and that actually is the reflection of the mothering power that gives everything its life force. So you can see this on the chart. At the base of the spine is the Kundalini coiled up there in 3.5 coils. At the heart, number 4 chakra, love and compassion, which is the love and compassion only comes from the mother, the true love and compassion. The spirit sits on the left channel, and the Kundalini is the mothering energy, which is the reflection of the great spirit, the mothering energy. So tonight we're going to listen to a talk from Sri Mataji. It's an excerpt of a talk that she gave as one of her lectures across the world. It's a 13-minute talk, so I just invite you now to sit back, relax, and listen to her talk about the spirit and love and compassion.
Accept it. Be honest to yourself. You have no business to cheat yourself for anything whatsoever. If you are hypnotized, awaken yourself. Arise and find what is the best, absolute, and the only thing that you have to find, your spirit. Your spirit resides in the heart. It is the reflection of God Almighty. It enjoys itself by itself. It is the spectator of the work of its power, the Holy Ghost. It watches you and is called as the knower of the field. It knows what you are doing, what are your aspirations, what mistakes you are committing. It goes to a long extent to forgive and forgive and forgive. Forgiveness is one of the qualities of the Spirit. It forgives you and says, it will work out. It will come now. But when you go too far, say if you pay too much attention to your physical being or to your mental being, if you try to think too much, the spirit indicates its displeasure and you get a heart attack. Heart attack comes to you through displeasure of the spirit. If the spirit is angry with you, you get a heart attack. That means you have neglected your spirit, you have paid attention to things which are not important. You have looked after things which are not important. You have not worried about yourself about the spirit, about your seeking. Even if you lost, say in any fanatic behavior of reading some books and things and taking out certain things, remembering them by heart and then having an argument and a course on it and all that, in all genuineness and goodness, but stupidity, then also you can get heart attack. Heart is very important. It sometimes gives you first warning by giving you a partial paralysis, because in the heart a sort of a resentment is created by the spirit, which creates a clot, and that clot, when it goes into the brain, you get a partial paralysis, so that you do not move any further. Your attention is taken to it. Then you start thinking of God, thinking of all the things, and maybe if you come to Sahaja Yoga, you get cured, because again your spirit forgives you. We are taking too much liberty with our spirit. It is true, God has given you freedom, and He is not going to take away your freedom at any cost. You have to be absolutely free to choose whether to go to heaven or to go to hell. He is not going to force you. Only thing one can do is to explain to you and tell you that this is the way you go to hell. Even then, if you want to go, then what can anybody do about it? Even God, He doesn't want to challenge your freedom at all. He doesn't want to make you in any way bound to Him, like some people are bound, just bound without understanding. But He wants your complete liberation. So first stage is that you have to choose your liberation through your own freedom of choice. Now, up to this point, till you were human beings, there was no choice for you. But after becoming a human being, you were given the choice because you could develop well to understand what is right and wrong in your own freedom, so that you can enter into the kingdom of God as people who are free and have chosen good in their own glory and in their own freedom. This is the only small little step where we always confuse our freedom with our ego. For example, now this hall is here, say, for me to speak. Right? Somebody comes from outside who has been sort of worked up in some sort of an organization and thinks that he's doing the greatest work in the whole world in such a myth. Comes down here in that ego state, sits down here, asks me questions after questions, questions after questions, questions after questions, doesn't allow anybody else to speak, takes away all my time to himself, as if this hall is booked by him and all the audience is gathered by him. He's least bothered as to see that this is an ego that is working. So we should not confuse our freedom with ego. That's what I have to give you a counsel. Try to differentiate your ego from your freedom. When you are ego bound, you are a slave of your ego. When you are super ego bound, you are a slave of your super ego, of your conditioning. For example, you are born a Christian, you are a Christian. You are gone forever then. Alright, you are a Christian, but what about real Christianity within you? What about your rebirth in the real sense of the word? So you become enslaved to these things, so there is no freedom. And spirit is the freedom, is the free being within us. It is detached. It cannot be killed. It cannot be blown away. It cannot be burnt away. It is eternal, Anant. It is eternal. That spirit is joy. That spirit is the source of joy, that emits joy. Joy is different from happiness and unhappiness. Ego, when it feels pampered, it feels happy. I like it, I like it. This I business is ego pampering. That is not joy, because you like to drink today and tomorrow you don't like to have a headache. It has the double side of I like and I don't like. You like something through your ego, dislike through your super ego. So it is a one coin and they have two faces, one is happiness, another is unhappiness. Joy is beyond that. Joy is a drama. Seer is a witness. You see a drama, you know it's a drama going on, you just watch it as a drama. You are not involved and you are seeing it and enjoying it. You are crying if you see something, you are weeping, but you know you are not that. It's a drama. Seer, the witness. Your spirit is the witness. And when you become the spirit, you become the witness. You become the witness. For example, you are seeing something through a window. There's something exists in the window, for example. Now you enter inside the room and you see through the window. Your conditioning is like one wave arising in you as a thought which comes from the past. It rises again, another thought comes up and goes in the past. First the past thought is there and then another future thought is there, it disappears. You see the thought rising but you can't see the disappearing of the thought. In between that is the present. That's the place is established, that present is established when your attention becomes enlightened by the Spirit. Either you think of the future or of the past. But I say now, at this moment, at the present. You cannot stand there. because your spirit is not enlightened, because his spirit is the present. When you get your realization, you find that you are not thinking of the future or the past, you are just enjoying. Everything becomes different. The whole life becomes a drama, and the joy out of it starts coming out. And you really enjoy small things here and there. And you really understand how much joy was lost before realization. This is not your mental thing that gives you joy, but the joy pours on you from your head, just like this, a cool thing starts pouring down. As some people have a feeling of the tension rising up, it's the same way a cool sort of thing, flow of joy you feel in your whole body pours out. Sometimes this cool breeze that rises in the head also starts becoming like a fountain pouring down that joy. You look at the pictures, for example, see this star of Moses. You see David's star, you see that. When you see that, you can think about it. Or else you just watch this. Watch it and don't think. The joy of the creation of that thing, whole thing, becomes one with you. Like all the creation around, a lake is completely felt in the lake if the lake has no ripples. Completely. In the same way, all that is joy. The Creator, whosoever it may be, has put there. You get the complete joy within yourself because there is no thought. There is no barrier, no conditioning. The whole thing becomes one with you and you start feeling extremely happy, extremely joyous. A feeling which is indescribable. It is to be just enjoyed, to be felt. Like Kabira was asked, why don't you speak now? So he says in Hindi language, he's one of the terrific poets we have. He says, Jab mast hue fir kya bole? When I have gone into the nectar of the intoxication of the spirit, now what can I talk? There's no word. No cup can fill this joy. No words can fill this meaning. You better be with me and get it and enjoy yourself. That's all he could say.
In Sri Mataji's talks, you find there are so many linkages between different elements: love, compassion, the spirit, the witness state, the joy, the rising of the kundalini, the flowing of the cool grace over us. And the whole topic is so enormous that it's almost too much for us as human beings to comprehend sometimes. But as I said right at the beginning, Sri Mataji's intention, her desire, her love and compassion for human beings from a very early age was to find a way to free people where we could experience the joy of the spirit, which then allows us to be loving and compassionate. And before our realization, we actually have something missing in our lives, which is new and brilliant and dynamic and joyous, which comes after our realization. The heart chakra, it's called heart. The Sanskrit name is anahata. Anahata, it's like the sound that the heart makes. This chakra, it has 12 petals. Because we breathe the air, the elements that's associated with the chakra is air. The color of the chakra is pink. It's the color of the mother, the pink or purple. And we feel it on our little fingers. So as we've been talking about, where you feel the heart is on the little fingers. And if you feel the coolness on the fingers, on these little fingers, it means the heart is good. Sometimes we feel tingling or a little bit of heat on these fingers. So it tells us that our heart is, we say it's catching somehow. It can be fixed in easy ways. It can be fixed by this breathing exercise. It can be fixed by placing attention on the spirit and using the affirmation, I am the spirit. I am the spirit. I am the spirit. If you have a downtime, sometimes like human beings do, just remember that 4 words. I am the spirit. I am the spirit. I'm more than just these mundane things. On the center chakra here, this is where our sense of security comes from, and courage. You know, people talk about someone who's lion-hearted. So that courage, that security is strong in that person. And that comes from the chakra, which then, you know, flows through to the physical body. And on the right side, it has to do with our responsibility. You know, do we act responsibly? Do we act responsibly? And you find if we can actually improve our responsibility by improving the qualities on this right heart. It's also the relationship to our Father. And on the left side, as we said, this is where our spirit resides. So very important place. And the spirit resides there, so the qualities of that are truth. Not partial truth, not relative truth, but absolute truth. It's attention, it's the joy that Sri Mataji spoke about just before. This comes from the heart. So we know the heart is very important to us. We know the heart, the physical heart gives us life, but the heart chakra also is a very important it's a very important chakra. We get our security, we get our strength, we get our responsibility, but we know we're the spirit also. In the South Asian, this is so important that in South Asian countries, they refer to the quality of the heart as, or the reflection of the qualities of the heart, the divine element being Durga. So we've got a photo of, just one photo of Durga. And this is the mother goddess. You can see this, the beautiful woman who sits on a tiger and who carries the weapons. And she is very fierce. So she is the remover of the problems that we have in our lives. She is the one who will fight the evil. This is in the South Asian thinking or mythology. It's very much there in countries, and we don't see this so much. It's a very beautiful depiction of the qualities of that security on the heart. It's another way to think about it. In the divine play, there are aspects of the divine which are looking after human beings and which are concerned about human beings. And this particular aspect here at the center heart is Sri Durga, the fierce warrior, beautiful woman riding on a tiger. I love this picture, so I couldn't help but include it in tonight's talk. Our Western cultures are quite angular and fast and focused on achievements, and Eastern cultures are less so. I spent some time living in Vietnam and learnt from living there that culture actually naturally exhibits these qualities of love and compassion and simple joy. The Vietnamese people are much simpler than what we are in many, many ways. And so I invited some of my friends from Vietnam who have been practicing Sahaja Yoga and meditating. Sahaja Yoga is present in like 140 countries across the world. And all across the world, people use the same technique of meditation and thoughtless awareness and getting to the joy and understanding and connecting to their spirit. And living in Vietnam changed me fundamentally because of the softness of the people and the inherent love and compassion which is within the culture and the families. So I asked two of my friends there to actually give their view of what they think about the spirit or the heart. So we're just going to play two very short clips for you, one from Lun and one from Mai Mai.
Hi everyone, I'm Luân from Vietnam. It's a pleasure for me today to be able to share with you my experience. So I was asked to share my experience on the spirit. The spirit is something that is quite hard to understand at first for me when I started. So I'll go through the story of my own when I first started, and then how I came to understand that word. So long before I was living my life quite confused and sort of didn't have any purpose, and I was the one who tried to question everything. Like when I look at people doing something, I would normally ask them why they would do something that they normally do. But most of the answers that I get are not that satisfying. So then I started the meditation. It helps quite a bit, but then still looking at people doing it, like doing the meditation, doing the rituals, try to get something out of it, there's still something missing in there. But then after a while, gradually after going out to different countries, meeting so many wonderful aunties, uncles, and a lot of friends who's been doing the Sahaja meditation for a long time, I gradually understand and realize what it is. And for me, it's the joy within that, like instead of trying to rationally explain everything, I try to learn to enjoy from everyone and from everything, the natures, the people, and even from small children. And also it's to do everything with my whole heart instead of trying to, like before I was just looking for benefits before doing something. So now everything just like, okay, I'll do it just because I enjoy doing it. And it's also to look at the good things of people and to learn from those good things instead of just focusing on their issues. And really for me, that's the way I find my spirit, that is to find the joy within myself. It is a long journey and I'm still learning it every single day, but then really that is a really enjoying journey for me. Thanks.
Hello everyone, my name is Mai and I'm from Vietnam. So it's such a great honor for me to share my story. The very important thing of Sahaja Yoga to me is the experience. You know, a few years ago, I got a big problem with my heart chakra. During the meditation, obviously I could feel the catch of both of my little fingers. I even felt the uncomfortable chest pain, but actually I didn't know the reason why. I went to the hospital for a check and the doctor said that I didn't have any problem with my heart. So it was so weird, right? But I kept meditating and using some techniques to clear out some knowing negative energy affecting my heart chakra, I also pray with the inner energy that please help me to remove the negativity, and please help me to know the reason why I have a problem with my heart. After that, one day by accident, I read a magazine of Sahaja Yoga, and there was a talk of Shri Mataji, the founder of Sahaja Yoga, and she mentioned some issues related to the heart chakra. And finally, I figured out the problem. It was the relationship with my parents. Perhaps at that time, my parent was not satisfied with me. They was always worried about me or urged me to get married. You know, it's very common problem in Asia. Yeah, but I think it was a good thing for me to know the reason. And after that, my parent and I, we learned how to sit and talk together, listen and understand each other much more better. Yeah. And right now my mother also is practicing Sahaja Yoga. So we have the same topic to talk about and spend time to meditate. Yeah. It's my story. And I believe that my relationship with my parents right now is better. My heart chakra is better.
So Sahaja Yoga is, I mean, it's everything. It is philosophy. It is humanistic. It's looking for the best in people. It's looking for people to get their connection with the spirit and with the divine. But it's also very practical. It's intensely practical. These chakras that we have that sit above our physical body, and each of the chakra looks after different parts of our physical body. And you heard Mai talking about, you know, the depth of the spirit, but also something very practical at the heart chakra, which was relationship with parents. And we said before that on the right side, it's the relationship with the father. On the left side, it's the relationship with the mother. The knowledge that we're talking about here is important and it's interesting. And you could spend your life delving into the details. But in actual fact, the details are really secondary to the experience of Sahaja Yoga. And Sri Mataji always says this, every Sahaja Yoga program that you will go to, people always say this, we can tell you things because we've been practicing this for a while, but what we really desire is for you to feel the silence from the mental chatter. So that you can, as Sri Mataji said in the talk, you can disconnect from your ego and understand the difference between freedom and ego. Or you can disconnect with your conditionings. So the conditionings being the past, the ego being the future. And the best way to do this is by meditation. As Ariane said right at the beginning, we've recorded a new song for you, and we're going to meditate to this song now. The song is called Namanakare Barambar Sri Mataji, and some of the words of this song talk about the joy of the heart. You know, some of the words are: the ocean ripples with joy, the fragrant breeze is flowing, Mother Earth is giving the flowers with love, the sky is full of joyful colours, you have filled us with infinite blessing. How blessed and fortunate we are. And then it offers a prayer: may the whole world get its realization. And with overjoyed hearts, we totally dedicate ourselves to this process, this whole process, to the mothering process, the mothering energy, the mother at the heart, the spirit, which is the reflection of the divinity. So we're going to play this song, Namana Kare, and at the same time, I'm just going to talk you through a short meditation, and as the song plays, we'll just go into quietness, silence for a few minutes. So if you close your eyes, just feel really relaxed. And take your right hand and place it on your heart. Let your thoughts subside. Let your attention, your awareness, not through trying too hard, but just let your attention rest at your heart. If any thought comes, just say, not this thought, not this thought, not now. Let me be in meditation. Let me feel and enjoy the silence. Take your right hand and place it on the top of the head. On that part that was soft like your face. Push down hard and massage on the scalp at the top of the head in a clockwise direction. And let your attention just rest at the top of the head. If you're ready, place your right hand on your lap. Leave your attention at the top of the head. Just enjoy the music. Listen. Experience from the top of the head, above the top of the head. thoughts coming to your mind, just say, not this thought, not this thought, not now, no thank you, not this thought. Let me be silent in meditation. So I hope you enjoyed the meditation. The music is music for the heart chakra. The chakra is the number 5 chakra. The music is based on a rag which has 5 notes in it, the pentatonic rag. And that music resonates directly with the heart chakra. It's the same frequency. So if we can, just before I hand over to the MCs, if we can once again just raise our Kundalini, same as at the beginning. Let the left hand come up along the center of the body, raising upwards with the right hand spiraling around. Tie a knot at the top. And once more, with your attention on your left hand as it raises up past the heart, past the throat, past the forehead to the top of the head, tie 2 knots. And then the third time, tie 3 knots. The left hand on the lap and the right hand starting from the left hand, sweeping all the way across the body, giving the protection. Once over and back, and do that 7 times over and back. It's like, we're also getting the protection of Sri Durga, the fierce warrior who's there to take the problems away from the human beings, to fight the evil that's in the world, the negativity that's in the world. Over to Tyrone and Ariane.
Thank you, Joe. What a beautiful program, so heartfelt. And this beautiful song at the end, really very touching. And the stories from Lune and Mei, I have met them in 2014. So hello, and thank you for your beautiful stories. And there are so people in Vietnam, when we went there, we played songs, and they feel the joy straight away. Absolutely so sensitive to joy, the Vietnamese people. So what a lovely surprise it was. Thank you so much. It was really lovely. Isn't it, Tyrone?
Yeah, thank you so much, Joe. That was a fantastic session. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I'll just do a little bit of housekeeping before we go back to some lovely music. We'll just have a quick look at our website, which has all our resources, which is all the W's, freemeditation.com.au. So if you just go at the top there, you've got streaming and classes in the top menu. You just want to go to that drop down. And then we're February 2022 online course. And if you click there you got all the information. You just keep scrolling. You'll have the links to the classes, which is, and then you can register to be on the chats. Here we've got all the recordings of our, there's to be in the chat groups, you can register for that. And then going down, we have recordings of all the classes, which are just links to them on YouTube. And if you scroll further, there we've got all our resources, which is a plethora of information. But also it's got music and photos of Shrimataji. If you're inclined to read, then you're welcome to go on here. But hopefully what we really want to do is just inspire you to spend a few minutes at home meditating each day. That's what we really hope you get out of this class. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's enough of the website. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about this chakra here, which has to do with collectivity and a sense of oneness, and also detachment, which is another beautiful topic we've got coming. So that's probably enough talking from myself. And when everyone's ready, I think we can finish up with some more music. Joe, we've got what music do we have now? It's a special recording.
We've got another recording which is for the heart chakra. So again, it's Rag Durga. It's the 5-note raga. It resonates directly at the heart chakra. This next piece is a very simple piece. It has so much space in it. So if everybody wants to just even sit silently for another 5 minutes and enjoy that vibration, please do.
Thank you, Joe.
Sounds
And also that
fantastic.
you're coming back tomorrow.
Yes.
You're going to cover the topic of collectivity and communication and being the witness. And so we are really looking forward to
Me too.
tomorrow again. Thank you.
Me too.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, Tyrone. Thank you, Joe.
See you
Bye-bye.
tomorrow.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Have a lovely evening, and I hope you enjoy this next piece of music. Thank you.
Thank you.